Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Shout out to Machismo TV. The link is already right there in the chat room. Should be pinned to the top whether you're catching this live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Shout out to everybody in the building. Do appreciate each and every one of you. Do appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Patrick St. James. Shout out to Feminine Melanin. Shout out to Holding My Testicles. Shout out to you. Shout out to RW. Says salute BR. Sexy Red is an embarrassment. Absolutely. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about a number of things. And one, how she flippantly threw it out there, if you know the story, where somebody had said that, hey, yeah, I had sex with Sexy Red. And she's like, yeah, you paid for it. Like, just throwing this prostitution just out there just casually. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. And got a number of things on the docket today. So shout out to everybody out. Shout out to Key Ken in the building. Shout out to Roving Pursuits in the building. Shout out to you. Before we get into the main topic. And and by the way, why would anybody pay for Sexy Red? Why? I feel like that preacher. Why? You messing with Sexy Red, you make her pay. You make her pay. You make her pay. But as usual, whenever we mention Sexy Red, shout out to ABL. Hashtag we will never forget that's your twin. Go get your daughter out the streets, man. It's never too late. Don't give up on her. Don't give up on your daughter, ABL. All right. Let's get into it. But before we dig into the main topic, yeah, no, I got to do a little where is it at? Little work on other things that I came across. This was interesting, semi-related. Where is this at?
More likely to see black men dating white women or white men dating black women?
You see black men dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. So,
black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure.
If you focus your eyes around this young lady's chin, and by the chin, I mean her primary chin, not the other chin. But the fact that I'm having a discussion about what chin I'm talking about is the answer to the question that's eluding her.
That's just...
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure.
Dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. So,
black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure. That's just what
I feel like they might be intimidated by us black women. So they might do another race.
She thinks that white men are not messing with her, interacting with her, hollering at her, getting with her, being with her at any capacity has something to do with them being intimidated. I don't know why these chicks think that is it a gladiator pit sword fight with a shield and a spear? Like what is this intimidation factor? What I will never understand that. We'll never understand that. He can't handle me. Like they just admit up front that you're some hazardous chemicals that need to be handled with with rubber gloves, a hazmat suit. You got to be looking like Monsters Inc. when an item from the human world comes into the monster world. How they put on that yellow coverall suit, make sure they don't have no interact. Like that's how they talk about this. You gotta be able to handle me. They're intimidated by this. What? Like, no. they naming everything, and maybe this is from the show, the YouTube channel. It's complicated. Maybe he adds some some thin in shape on the fit feminine friendly scale. I'll take a thick feminine friendly, but just find your way to the gym. But maybe he interviewed some fit feminine friendlies, but the only ones he put on camera were the ones who were clearly wearing it on their person. The reason why other groups of men don't mess with them, particularly white men. And shout out to Game Changer, who's always going to rightfully point out that black men have no standard. Black men have no standard. So yeah, there's that. But let's roll some more of this.
Do another race.
I don't see myself dating a white guy, nothing against his race, but it's more about like my bloodline and keeping it pure and black. And maybe if I want to have children, I want my children to be black. Nothing against like skin color, race, nothing.
All right. There it is right there. Did want to throw that out there. Now, what's funny, and I don't even like to go here, but it's so funny that you said that, because the next clip that I got to play before I get into the main topic, Good Dog Talks, says black women are the trans women of women. Now, one, that is a low down and dirty comment, but the whole culture of the whole trans thing that goes on, we can't deny the fact that when women, particularly black women, but when they get all did up, or as I heard a woman say in real life, she said, I live in Michigan, it'd be cold out here, but it was hot that day. It was one of our 5 or 6 really hot days out the year, and she literally said, I'm out here in full drag, about to sweat off all my makeup. All her adornments was about to just melt off of her. She said it, not me. She said she was out there in full drag. Couldn't believe it. But that's what that did lead me down the path of thinking that when they get going, when they get fully did up, that's more or less what it looked like. And then some of them, hashtag not all, when they take off all of that, they look like this. Shout out to Jess Hilarious. Had to do a quick throwback to the last show. when he's talking about Jess Hilarious calling that man gay because he could see through her makeup and knew that she looked like this when she took it all off. So that had to do a throwback to that. But it's irony in that you said that. It's irony that you said that. Hold up. Feminine Melanin University says trans women are not being dated, maintained, etc. by black women. We aren't their biggest supporters. No, gay men are. What the hell? What are you talking about? Like, you know what? I know what that was. That was you trying to say y'all the ones that keep them in business. That's what that was. All right. Now you know that we are good, dear friends. We go back to when I was doing the Bernard Riley Network spinoff of the of Lapeef Network. And I used to have, women on the panel. We go back to there, but so it's like we homies for life. But you just lost your wrench for the rest of the day. You just lost your wrench for the rest of the day for that one. There it is. Wrench is gone. No, you ain't getting timed out. I want you in here. I want you in the chat room, but without a wrench. Keep posting in the chat. I want you to feel the sting of your wrench being gone. So stay here. Keep posting. I ain't gonna time you out. And don't nobody time her out. Unless I tell you to. In here on some bull. Quit coming in here on that bullshit. But speaking of trans women,
I'll show your ass. Juicy.
let me make that bigger. There we go. Speaking of trans women.
Don't play, I'll show your ass.
Juicy, would you like to see?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead and take your blindfold off.
All right, look.
Why you quiet?
Nah, I'm just in shock.
What you in shock about?
Damn. Okay.
Can you get 360?
Yeah, can I get 360 real quick? God damn. Okay.
They be out there, them grown ass men be getting them being ATL. It be grown men, a biological male in ATL with a BBL. I don't even know where they from, but I bet Atlanta got something to do with it. It's always Atlanta's fault.
It's just
No, they do a little thing where they was bringing women in and the women sit down and the guy blindfolded and they played a little games and stuff that they do. But I think they was either trying to set him up or something like that. Trying to see, I don't know. I don't know what the objective was. And it was never fully 100% confirmed that this was actually a trans gentleman. But that was what he saw when he looked at her. All right. Because he's not feeling what he's seeing.
Wait, huh?
What's the problem?
I'm good. I'm just.
I don't like the silence. It's scaring me. Like,
I fuck with it. I like lace red. I like
nails, nails,
Hell
hair.
yeah.
Like, what's going on? Titties, body sitting.
No cap though. The body crazy. I'm just
insane.
Some of the features kind of.
Some of them features kind of, I don't know, man. He's just like, I don't know what to do with this. I know they wouldn't just set me up like that, but I'm looking at them features. Oh,
What the fuck?
What's going on?
Nah, he's just.
What you mean the features, Brody?
Nah, she like when I felt the hands on him, get to see him.
See, they had the blindfold when you started. You got to feel them hands, got to do the Ray Charles test. He feeling that big, strong wrist and hands.
What the fuck?
I bought her for you, bro.
What is you talking about? Like, what's going on?
Why they said jawline?
They calling her a jawline nigga in the comment section. He just leaned over like, why they say jawline? They over there calling it out in the comment section.
Wait, whoa.
The niggas done left the room.
Nah.
No. Whoa.
What the? Nah.
I don't know what's going on here. Really don't. I really don't. But I do know that dude look like that heel looked like a size 13 and a half in men. High heel. That's all I can say. Now, here's the goofy part. If y'all read the caption, I forgot to even talk about that. Okay, let me put this. This might be a dude. Let me put this leg down before I start back talking.
No.
100% woman. Fuck out of here.
No, Drew, you good.
Come back.
Drew, you good.
You dragging it.
Drew, you good.
You
Said that's a chick with a stick. There are no chicks with dicks. There's just dudes with tits. Like that. Like, see, that's why you lost your wrench. No such thing as a woman with a stick. It's a dude that went and got some tits. That's what it is. That's why your wrench gone. But here's the goofy part. That caption up there. This is from that Instagram page, the Neighborhood Watch, something like that. I forgot what it is. One of the semi-major blog sites that drop all the news right when it's happening. If you do content, it's wise to follow those Instagram pages because they be knowing what's happening before it's happening and be dropping it, and you get the story early and then go make some content, But they be on some bull. It says, fans call out Cashapp and Drewski for alleged colorism after they joked about a female guest having manly features. What the hell did any of this have to do with colorism? And that's the main reason why I wanted to bring this up. It's like, how do they rope colorism into this when his concern was clearly that this might be a man with some big hands and a size 13.5 in men's 6-inch heels? That was their concern. That was why he ran up out the room. When they rope this around and say that it's about colorism, what are they truly saying about dark-skinned black women? What are they saying? Like it's truly them perpetuating what they claim other people do. That's truly them doing it. Why is that background not moving? That's weird. I hope I'm not lagging. I'm seeing something weird happening on my end. Hopefully that's just my end. Let's see. Yeah, it looked like the background froze for a second. All right, something froze on my end. All right. We back in here. Celine in the building with a $10 super chat. I do greatly appreciate that. Says Bernard, later in the show, an old white grandma came on in all leather and Drewski asked, "Do I have to worry about anyone?" I don't know what that question means. And she said, "I have a husband at home, but all he know is Facebook." That's funny.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But no, thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. So, I recognize that they bring, these people in, it's jokes, it's skits, it's the whole work. That's what they do. They have fun with it. They gonna have their fun with it. And they set him up. He probably didn't know. It is what it is. But it's insane that everybody tried to rope this around into something that got something to do with colorism. That blows my mind. They never cease to amaze me with their analysis of some things. But let's get into the main topic. Let's get into the main topic here. Where we at though? Let me get ready to pull something up. Hit the like button, good people. Excuse me. Hit the like button, good people. Where is it at? All right. Here we go. Here we go. Not there. Right here. All right. Here's the deal. Let me get into it. All right. Now, the guy in question here, I never heard of the dude, but that's him over there featured to the left. All right. That's him featured to the left. That's the guy in the thumbnail. He was on DJ Academics. Now, my understanding, that's this dude here. This dude here that was in the thumbnail. That's him over to the left. Now, my understanding, he's a really big streamer. I had never heard of him until very recently. He's been doing some stuff to go viral. We probably will talk about that later in the show. Like, y'all know about how Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, they got locked back up and they're out already. The reason that they got locked up is actually because this dude, because Andrew Tate somehow cool with him. I don't know the Marvel origin story behind that, but Andrew Tate had texted him and said something like, hey, if you want to do some content or anything, stream something or record something, now's the time to do it, because I'm about to leave Romania and never come back. And I think he's not supposed to be leaving Romania given the pending legal issues or whatever. And then when he said that, that made the people seize and come down. Andrew Tate text that message to homeboy right there, and he's on the air and he read that out loud. That Andrew Tate said, he said that we're going to do some streaming and recording stuff because he's about to leave Romania. So he dry snitched on Andrew Tate and got the Tate brothers arrested. So this dude's an idiot. All right. There's already out the gate, aside from whatever connection he got going on with Sexy Red. The dude's an idiot, but he got like 1 million subs, and people who are successful on YouTube, I tend not to call them idiots or think of them as idiots, but he's got a lot of idiot moves in his on his stat sheet. Here's another one. But all right. So this happened. There was a little preliminary stuff where he was teasing it, saying that he got an announcement. Don't worry about all that. But here it is. This is what happened right here. It was some conversation before this, but this is the main meat of it.
I did fuck Sexy Red.
Oh.
I did fuck Sexy Red.
Okay. Fuck it. There we go. Some truth. How was it?
It was good. It was really good.
She was throwing it back. You could handle it?
Nah, she was kind of being the dominant one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen it, you seen that sex tape of hers drop, like it's always a chick.
I jerked off to it, and that's what made me hit her up.
You're lying.
No, I'm being for real.
You don't like black girls, though.
I do.
I think you're intimidated by black women. I'm serious.
No, I'm not.
You have a Latina fetish, and that's a fact.
Dope. How the fuck do you know that?
My dude.
Now, my knee-jerk reaction is, okay, he bullying, he doing it for the stream. But her ignorant ass replied, as her ignorant ass always do. And she's saying, you paid me to take your virginity, and I did just that. Next. Now, she always respond with some bull. When that one teacher, ballet teacher, or whoever the hell had called out that the moms be letting the kids listen to Sexy Red, she trying to teach them ballet. She got on like the music for Princess Jasmine and all of that stuff, and they like put on ski wheat and they twerking at the damn ballet recital. That chick, Sexy Red, if she went viral talking about that, Sexy Red responded. I did some content on that. She responded by saying, just shut the fuck up and put on ski wheat then. If that's what they requesting, put on ski wheat in Pound Town. That was her response. Her comment section turned on her. Everybody ate her up on this one. And apparently everybody ate her up on that one. And apparently everybody was eating her up on this one. Everybody was eating her up pretty bad on this one as well, and got her to lightweight, kind of like dry cop a plea. But I'm of the view that it's some legitimacy there. I am. I'm going to show and break down some things. How prostitution just it's become just the norm in this modern day and age, modern currency dating, hooking up, being able to reach out and touch everybody on earth at any moment. It's like, you know, it's not a far leap. Like nothing is a far leap or a stretch. If you are visible and you got money, any chick that you got a slight thing for, even if it's a weird a weird ABL fetish or whatever this dude got going on in his life to make him attracted to her. I don't know. Okay. But whatever your thing is, you can reach out and make it happen. And I think that shit happens all the time, and it be transactional all the time. That's just reality of the situation here. Now, shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to Hoop Jargon dropping $2 on it. Do appreciate that.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
Do appreciate that. Like, you know, I don't know what kind of fetish this dude got going on. I don't know the answer to that question. I can't explain that. I'm sure she looked like Jess Hilarious without makeup. I'm sure it's all bad. I'm sure nothing good came from that. I'm sure nothing good came from that. But she tried to lightweight cop a plea. It was some comments down here. Where's some of the comments? Somebody said, bro got every STD on the list. Man, Sexy Red will give you some stuff that you didn't even know you can contract sexually. She didn't gave you her pussy give you goddamn chicken pox and measles and stuff. Stuff ain't even transmitted sexually. She gave you the damn West Nile virus, smallpox. Her pussy give you polio. Like that's he done messed around and caught polio, fucking Sexy Red. People like, this is disgusting. Oh man. This is those situations where you hope they trolling. But she's saying, no, you paid me to take your virginity. Yes, that's what's going on there. It was some more conversations, some more talk going on where they was on, you know, they was talking about it from the perspective, like, oh, it was like his black virginity. This was the first black girl he ever been with. He wasn't really a virgin. Oh, and he didn't really pay and this and that. They was talking about all the different odds and ends and angles of it. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how you slice it, people meeting and talking and connecting through the internet in a transaction taking place, I'm sorry, like that stuff has just become the norm. Like you go on TikTok, it's a whole, like they call it sugar baby talk or sugar baby TikTok or something like that, where like they own there. Like they on there not messing around. Here go a chick. She went viral on this, sitting there trying to give women the game on how to get a sugar daddy. Now they be talking about it, they be guising it under the guise of sugar daddy and all kind of stuff, but really it's just selling vagina. That's just all it is.
Here are 3 reasons why your ass can't find a sugar daddy. Just in case anyone was wondering why I'm so qualified to give any sugar baby advice, I'm Maya, a sugar baby in Miami who hasn't paid bills in a while, so she decided to get on TikTok and become a sugar baby teacher because she has nothing else better to do. Now, I've only been in the sugar baby world for 9 years, as of October. And I'm no expert, but I do know a thing.
Now, what be happening, and look how crazy this is over in the comment section. It says, why am I taking notes as a married woman? It'd be married women in here listening and taking notes. It'd be that goofy out here. Now, what be happening?
I think the new American dream is to leave, to pack.
Hold up. I didn't mean to go do that.
To a quiet Europe.
So qualified to give any sugar baby?
Here. All right. Now, what be happening here? Just like how you see in these chat rooms when there's a lot of dudes in the chat room where they be talking that junk. Like, I don't got a lot of these women. I just tell them exactly what it is and what I want and just be straightforward and direct and It's like dudes be fronting like they get more ass than what they actually get. What be happening is these chicks be on these damn sugar baby pages on TikTok. The content creator and the people in the audience be fronting like they just got it like that big time. Like they just got sugar daddies on top of sugar daddies on deck. So it'd be a lot of fronting. It'd be a lot of faking and fronting.
Baby advice. I'm Maya, a sugar baby in Miami who hasn't paid bills in a while, so she decided to get on TikTok and become a sugar baby teacher because she has nothing else better to do. Now, I've only been in the sugar baby world for 9 years as of October, and I'm no expert, but I do know a thing or two. And I can tell you that the first reason why you're having so much trouble finding your next financial provider is because of your appearance. Now, I mean no harm when I say this, ladies, but this has got to go. And here's why. When dealing with a high-valued man, you're more than likely to assume that he's business-oriented or has some type of dealings with very important people. So when dealing with a man that looks like money, you've got to match his energy. These are the attributes that I find most sugar daddies tend to gravitate towards the most. A more natural, classy, and sophisticated look, like me. Most high-value men are picky, and they can afford to be, which means they want a certain type of look and a certain attitude. Which leads me to the second reason why your ass can't find a sugar daddy. You're a
now, at face value, I ain't gonna even front you. Give him some good advice. if you're trying to be a sugar baby, or you're trying to actually attract a high value man for proper reasons, that was all actually good advice. I'm not gonna front with her on that one. But just in case anybody is thinking, because they try to say this, only black women get criticized when it comes to wanting a man or being attracted to a man for his resources. Like, just in case there's any confusion, if she's talking about these resources for decent reasons, like thinking about family and marriage and the long-term well-being, safety, and security of the children, just in case there's any confusion that that's what she's talking about, this is how she ends every video.
In no time. I hope this helped my future hoes. Download my sugar baby guides at sugarbaby101.com and follow.
I hope this helped my future hoes. Download, what did she say? I think she said download her course at sugarbaby101.com. Now, here's the thing. All right, now this is where I do my in-depth next level, deep dive, fine-tooth comb analysis on stuff. All right. When somebody is, let's just say, we're all familiar with multi-level marketing. When you want to, you sign up for the company, you pay some money, you sign up, and then what is your job? Your job is to sign up 5 people to sign up 5 people who will sign up 5 people who will also sell the same product. And I remember when I interviewed Pocket Watching with JT, I said, how in any way does multi-level marketing make sense when it comes to the mere fact that if you have a product that you're selling, why on earth would you want to do anything to put more sellers on the market that would decrease your amount of buyers? Why would you go out your way to create competition? The reason for that when it comes to multi-level marketing is because they don't got a goddamn product that they selling. They ain't selling nothing. They're selling the dream. They're selling the sales. they're selling the idea of you getting excited about making money from selling, but the only thing that you're going to get excited, only thing you're going to actually make money on is if you sign up enough people into perpetuity that extrapolates all deep out into the future, then yeah, you maybe will get some residual nonstop income coming in. The whole homeboy Patrick Bet-David, that's how he got his money, off some, sort of shady stuff like that. And then, later flipped it into, valuetainment. All those early interviews when he had Kobe Bryant, those were for his multi-level marketing companies. He used, because he was at the top of the pyramid. So he got rich and everybody under him, made pennies, basically. but he got rich. So he was able to pay whatever Kobe's speaking fee is and have Kobe come there and speak at one of their conventions and events. And he just talked to Kobe about whatever, just cut it and edit it, and then put it on his Valuetainment website. I mean, on his Valuetainment YouTube channel with no reference of that this was a multi-level marketing event. The man is smart. That's business. The point that I'm making here, this whole sugar baby TikTok thing where she just got 1 million views off this video where she's giving him the game. She literally, if she's successful, is creating more competition out there. Why is she okay with doing that? Because you're not really a sugar baby if you want to flood the market with sugar baby. What she's doing is presenting as a sugar baby so she can convince other people that she's a sugar baby. So they will give her the clicks, views, and pay her, buy her courses, and pay her to tell them how to be something that she's not even doing fully successfully. Because if she was, she wouldn't be killing her name out there in the streets being the chick that's talking about my future hoes. Go sign up for my course on how to be. She wouldn't be doing that. So all of these chicks on here, talking about the sugar baby, sugar baby soft life stuff, ain't none of them with it. Ain't none of them actually doing it. The goal is to get other people to think that you're doing it so you can get them to sign up and try to do it. Like that's all it is. It's all a big scam and sham right there. But she did give some effective advice if you're into analyzing and critiquing the sugar baby advice. But hold on, but we're gonna check out what's on this website right here.
At any moment that you'll be joining the soft life in no time. I hope this helped my future hoes. Download my exotic rental car company with lime green Lambo trucks and purple Bentleys. Find you somewhere like the hot spots listed in my.
What is the over-under on whether or not that chick right there look like this without makeup? What's the over-under on that?
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
I'm glad you said that when you said True Hype. You said Patrick Bet David's company was first company was an insurance company. Yeah. Just like I said, she has to present like a sugar baby. Those multi-level marketing companies, they have to present like an insurance company. Yes, it presented like an insurance company. But the business model and how it made money and how it got him rich was the multi-level marketing structure within it. I promise you, they sold minimal insurance products. I can guarantee you of that. Minimal. That's how it works. Like maybe somebody said, okay, the life insurance policy with this company is comparable to what if I went to any other insurance company and got life insurance. So fine, I'll get a life insurance policy through them. That happened. I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure about that. But the way that he made bank is through that multi-level marketing structure of getting people to sign up, and create a pyramid. It's by every definition, it's a pyramid scheme, but with a product at the top. Like I've got roped into that when I was younger. All right. I've got roped into that. It was some damn juice that was on the market being sold. The juice was just the cover. You get a drop shipment of the damn magical juice that's going to give you wellness and increase your lifespan or whatever the hell they were saying. You make people think that you're selling a wellness juice, but really what you're selling is just signing other people up. And that's what it is. And then a pay structure that delineates and breaks down from there. That's what it is. That is what it is. But real quick. Now, to the degree or extent that this chick is a legitimate sugar baby, hold on.
I'm allergic to scams. Sir,
Hold
it's
on.
not real.
I can't find the
I'm allergic
video.
to scams.
Yeah, she posted a lot of weird
allergic to
stuff. Hold on. Let me pull this up. She posted a lot of weird stuff. I do want to find. She did show one dude on here. This one. Nah, it wasn't that one. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's a dude. Leadership. A high value man exudes confidence through effective leadership, empowering others, making astute decisions, and setting a positive example with his actions. That's what she called that's I guess that's the dude right there, you know. Oddly funny built old white dude. And it's kind of crazy because most of the chicks who really in that sugar babying game, it really be mostly old white dudes. Mostly old white dudes they doing that stuff with. It is that just is what it is. That just is what it is. But all right. Let me back up on out of here. Let me back up on out of here. How do I get out of here? My bad, y'all. I got to get quicker with the trigger. I used to have a better system of pulling up stuff faster.
Hold up.
And now I done fell off. From my system. All right, it's that website when she said, to all my future hoes, go over to sugarbaby101.com or whatever the hell. This is the website right here. The Soft Life with a, no, okay, hold on. Ready to join the Soft Life. Now, keep in mind, when they went from being, you know, we strong and independent, and then they said, wait, y'all don't want a strong and independent. We're trying to live a soft life. Soft life. Y'all should like that, right? Soft life. And some people was questioning, why is all these, you know, men with their podcasts and their YouTube channels criticizing soft life? Because we saw it. We saw what it was. We saw that it was women trying to use the language of traditionalism to gaslight men into funding their temporary modern good times. Because like that's what the game is. I'm about to show a clip of one of these chicks on Sugar Baby talking about how hard the hustle in the game is, because you know you might have one sugar daddy, but then you might lose one. So you got to stay active and try to make sure you got 3 or 4 of them in rotation, and that's how you gonna live a soft life. You know, that's like but it's time to, why is that right there? Something is like blocking the words. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yep, they won't let me see that. But it's time. Oh no, see that it's time, future sugar baby. Time to transition. Not that type of transition that we was talking about earlier. Transition into, I think she says worry-free life, because we no longer subscribe to the independent trend. They done with the strong independent woman. No, they talking about a soft, get you for your 401k woman. That's what they talking about. As a bill-free, well-kept woman who enjoys her luxury apartment. What the dumb followers of her don't realize is that if she is living a bill-free life in a luxury apartment, it's because they're paying for it, because they actually believe that she is who she say she is. Well-kept woman who enjoys a luxury apartment in downtown Miami has sketched in only the finest what is that? Okay. I don't even know what that word is. In only the finest restaurants, and traveled to countries most people don't even know exist, all at the expense, and you be in your bathroom on most of them pictures, not just one. All at the expense of generous men. I am here to say I never want to go back to thinking I don't need a man for shit. Despite being strong individual who command respect, we understand how to assert ourselves in a feminine manner to attain our desires. Don't misunderstand, our strength remains unwavering. They be taking it to church with some of this stuff. Why stress over bills, my dear? Book a consultation. There it is right there. That's how she get her bag. That's how she get her bag. Let's just say she's successful and she, through her consultations and just her channel getting millions of views, she creates hundreds of thousands of sugar babies, of more 100,000 more sugar babies out in Miami. And there's only so many sugar daddies to go around. You just put yourself out of a business. No person who's in the market to do something does anything to create more competition unless they're not truly in the market doing the thing that they said that they're doing. That's how you know that she don't really got men giving her money like that. That's how you know that. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Shout out to Celine, Hoop Jargon, and True Hype. Shout out to y'all. I do appreciate everybody who's supporting the stream. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Doesn't mean I don't work as hard as you work in a 40-hour fucking week, all right?
All
I have
right.
to go to the I cannot believe I have to get on here.
All right, now listen to this nonsense. Listen to these nonsense.
And set a few of you bitches straight. Listen, just because I have a sugar daddy, just because I'm a sugar baby, doesn't mean I don't work as hard as you work in a 40-hour fucking week, all right? I have to go to the gym every fucking day and maintain my body. I have to take care of myself, eat healthy, make sure my hair looks good, make sure my nails look good, make sure my makeup's on tight. Like, I have to make sure my house looks good in case it comes and visits. It's not fucking easy. It really is not. And then I have to pamper myself, get treatments done. Like, I work just as hard as most of you, if not probably more than what you do. Because if this one...
Now they having infights and beefs over how hard the job is. This is a hard job. You got to work hard to be successful at this. This ain't for everybody.
fails, I have to find another sugar daddy. So I'm constantly on social media. I'm constantly, probably more than what you... So get treatments done. Like... I work just as hard as most of you, if not probably more than what you do. Because if this one fails, I have to find another sugar daddy. So I'm constantly on social media. I'm constantly looking. Like, I'm constantly looking from sugardaddy.com to match.com. I'm all over the fucking thing, date after date. Because some of these motherfuckers are cheap and they're not even serious. And then I have to go to the next date. Do you know how long it takes me to get ready? Even...
This is soft life, fellas. This is soft life.
To go to the gym, I have to do my hair, I have to do my fucking makeup. Like, it's not easy. So for you bitches to come in my DMs and tell me that I don't work as hard as you do, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my water and all my fucking oils and soak for the next 3 fucking hours. Yeah, exactly. For 3 fucking hours, I have to soak and make sure my skin is butter. Not to mention 12 hours of fucking sleep I have to get. Even when I'm not tired, I have to keep my eyes shut so I can stay young and beautiful. So get the fuck out of my DMs. Quit with the jealousy. Quit with the fucking hate.
They've done the actual research and science on that. Like, you know, I've heard, I saw a video. I don't got it here, but it was talking about how, yeah, you gotta get that 10 hours of sleep in. That they, like, beauty sleep is a real thing. I didn't think it was, but I did do the research too, where it's like some doctors do say that your skin and certain cells and everything, it does regenerate while you're sleeping. So getting solid rest does keep you young looking. So they take that to heart. Like, no, we got to sleep 12 hours. so that's what they own. they own that 12-hour sleep flow right there. They got to keep their eyes closed for at least 12 hours a day. Like, it is intense. This sugar baby competition out here. Stiff competition.
Eating, because you couldn't last 2 fucking hours in my stilettos.
Day 2 of being a sugar baby, so I have...
All right. It's wild out here. It's wild out here. Shout out to Hood Conservative. It is wild out here. Here we go. Here we go. Hoop Jargon in the building says, I started this sugar baby shit. Motherfucking thanks I get. That's what they own. That is legit what they own. I ain't playing around with it. Let me see what else I got in here. Oh, yeah. Forgot about this one. Forgot about this one. Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Now, here's one where a woman, not this woman, the next woman that's speaking, does have a moment of clarity. Some of y'all probably saw this where y'all can see how the caption right there, how it says women are being groomed to be prostitutes by social media. I couldn't agree with that statement more. I've done a lot of content on that, on how that is certainly the case. And it's crazy because all the podcast shows, I've done content on this, all the podcast shows where chicks get on there and be arguing and talking all their junk and popping off, all of those shows is basically just full of, cyber twat salesmen. That's just what it is. They own there hard and heavy in selling it. That is what they do. And it just blows me away. Even though I do like the shows that when me and running a podcast, got in studio guests and the whole thing, I do like it. No problems there, no hate with it. Okay. I do like it. I think that they go on there and they say a lot of things that men need to hear. And they use the bimbos as crash dummy, they use the bimbos as basically crash dummies to while they, get their points off and say a lot of things that make sense for men. But in the back of your mind, you do got to be thinking, this woman sell pussy for a living, and we having a serious conversation here about relationships. But here we are. Now this chick, she said some stuff that makes sense, and y'all know how I am. I be too hard on the female content. Not hard on them because I'm not that dude that makes streams talking junk about them. I let them rock. Let them do what they do. I don't have no negativity, no criticism. I kind of like the fact that men doing the type of content we do, it did create a market where other people who may not believe in the things that's being said are capitalizing. I'm talking men and women capitalizing off of it. So more people getting out a message. That's a net positive. But I still be on somebody, we don't believe you. You need more people. I be questioning everybody. I be too skeptical of everybody, And I've interviewed them because I can't help the skepticism because the stuff that they're saying, they don't have a female audience. So I can't help the skepticism. And I've talked to some of Crimson Cure. Crimson Cure, she go back before that was even her name. And I interviewed her. Yeah, I interviewed her after she blew up. And I asked her, I forgot what the number was, what percentage of your audience are men. And it wasn't that high of a number, but it was higher than most. What percentage of your audience is women? It wasn't that high of a number, but it was higher than most. I think best case scenario, these chicks who's doing this content, if they had at least 50% women, I would say that's a win. Okay, and then they're taking the concepts that a lot of the men have built on, and they're retrofitting it and giving it to giving the information to women. And if they do it in the right way, I think that's a net positive. If women are actually having a conversation, but if it's just men in your audience, if you got a 92% male audience, it's like, okay, I just end up viewing you as somebody capitalizing. So that's why I side eye women, because like, where was y'all at? Where was y'all at before this was profitable? That I always feel, I can't help but feel like that. I'm not going to do no streams hating on nobody, but I can't help but think that. But shout out to Crimson Cures of the world who long before it was even money in the game, going way back 2015, far as I could trace it back with people, something that could be called the Black Manosphere. They didn't know that this was going to turn into something economical. And, Crimson Cure, she go back damn near to that time, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2016 or 2017. It wasn't money in the game when she came in the game. So that's why, do gotta give respect to that one. But every Johnny come lately chick on TikTok, I'm like, come on. But talk that talk. I like what she's saying right here. But yeah.
But please listen to this with an open mind, because it's going to set some of you free. We as women are being groomed by many of these content creators to be prostitutes. Let me explain. I used to listen to a lot of this.
Shout out to, don't want to forget to shout out the great Salty Balls in the building. Says, I'm the sponsor now. He was on that Captain Phillips movie Energy with the shout out to you.
Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let me roll it.
It's like hypergamy, femininity content online, okay? The Sprinkle lady, I knew about her like way before she blew up on TikTok, all right? I was there. I used to listen to her consistently. People like her, I would listen to, okay, she talked about the dusties and hypergamy and the kind of men you should be chasing. I used to listen to all of that before I got saved. Now listen, that content was making me so bitter and angry at men. And I had never hated men really like that before.
That's major facts right there, Hoop Jargon. Time weeds them out like a motherfucker. I mean, there's no other way around that. And I'm not new to saying this because I can pull the tape. It was a long ass stream. This was before Jessica X even blew up, where I'm on record saying that if a lot of these chicks, and most of the chicks that really blew up, they didn't start their channels in the heart of the Black Manosphere algorithm. A lot of them did their own thing, separate in a different algorithm. Some of them already had an audience. Like Danica Marie had like 70,000 subscribers before any of us ever even knew about her. Like, so when people try to make it seem like, like we anointed her and made her blow up, no, she did her own thing before anybody even knew about her. But I am on record basically saying if it get to the point to where it's more women in the Manosphere algorithm doing Black Manosphere, if it get to the point where it's more women in the Black Manosphere algorithm doing Black Manosphere type content, do we even have a Black Manosphere? I'm on record saying that in 2020 before Jessica X even blew up. And I saw the early, I mean, she was at the early stages of it. She was going live, she was getting a little views. So I am on the record calling that early. And now it's the full manifestation of it. But it's something it's a cat that got out of the bag that it's like nothing could be done to stop it. You can't stop people from doing content. You can't stop people from looking at algorithmic trends and titles and making certain thumbnails with titles and topics and making a nice thumbnail and getting a good click-through rate on the thumbnail and making a good video that people want to watch. And if the people watch it, if the click-through rate is high and the view duration is long, YouTube going to shop that out to more people, and they're going to blow up, and that just is what it is. So it's like it's nothing can be done about it. I was just thinking out loud.
I have had negative experiences with men, but I've never hated or like disliked or been embittered towards men the way that I was in that season. And the reason I became so bitter is because I was taking on their bitterness. Bitterness is contagious, okay? The Bible says that bitterness, when it takes root, actually defiles many people. So let me read you. See to it that no one.
Okay, hold on. We know she's trying to take us to church. It was something else that she was talking about, the training, how they getting trained to be prostitutes.
Falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble.
See, Jesus loved the prostitutes. So I said, okay, but don't bring the Bible in this. Jesus, I'm just playing. All right, let me not disrespect nobody's religion. I'm not gonna. I think I gotta stop making snarky comments about religion. Yeah.
And define for many. Bitterness is contagious. When you are consistently listening to somebody who hates men or who's constantly calling men dusties, dehumanizing men, you will eventually pick up and take on that mindset. Now, this is why it's important. When you become bitter towards men, when you become desensitized towards the fact that they are human beings and you start to hate them, this is when you start to really listen to the women that tell you to only use men for their money.
Mm-hmm.
You start that they are human beings and you start to end. Now,
this is the part I want to
why
get
it's
to.
Important. When you become bitter towards men, when you become desensitized towards the fact that they are human beings and you start to hate them, this is when you start to really listen to the women that tell you to only use men for their money, to, take him for everything he's worth, to not care about love, to not care about any of the things that make a relationship beautiful, but to simply go after the money. And even as I'm saying this, some of you guys are going to feel angry at me. Some of you guys may feel tempted to call me whatever it is, a pick me, or be angry, or rise up in your spirit and say, but what about men? Listen, you are being trained based on what you're consistently feeding your mind to desensitize yourself towards human beings. And because you have that hatred, because you are desensitized, that's when you go out and start to use men like how a prostitute would. What does a prostitute do? A prostitute sells her body in exchange for money, for material gifts. When you are dating a man or with a man, not because you care about him, not because you love him, but simply because of the lifestyle he can provide for you, your heart isn't in it. Your head isn't in it. You are a prostitute. And you are being groomed. We are being groomed. They're attempting to groom us into being prostitutes. Now listen, this is not me telling
All right.
you to marry a financially irresponsible man.
Marriage was never on the table for most of them, and that's more or less the point. But when I spent my little time down there in Sugar Baby Talk or whatever they call it, I was like I found that video there, and it was spot on. Like, they are grooming chicks for that. Ain't no other way around it. They grooming chicks to be on that get the bag at all costs. That's what's going on there. All right. Last thing we got to get into, when Candace Owens, who criticized Red Pill and went palling around with Red Pill, she's palling around with red pillars. I like making comments like that I think half the audience don't get. Palling around. That was what they said about Barack Obama with that guy. I forgot his name. Who was a domestic terrorist who supported Obama. This is on the record. This guy. He didn't get considered to be a domestic terrorist because he basically was somebody who, was connected with blowing up some of the federal buildings or something like that. I don't know, but he was a socialist communist. I forgot what he was, but he was still in politics. I remember saying the palling around is a 1950s phrase. No. They used it with Barack Obama. That's a guy. I forgot his name. I cannot think of his name. If Hood Conservative here, he was another little big Nate lurking around. They would know. They was charging up Obama, saying he started his campaign in the living room of a terrorist at some, I don't know, some little benefit gathering that they had or whatever. And they were saying that, they were saying Obama be palling around with terrorists. Because, So saying all that to say, Candace Owens, after criticizing the Daily Wire did their assault on Red Pill, what does Candace Owens do next? She goes palling around with red pillars. Very interesting. Very interesting. But she did a good job. She played the role properly. She got in there. She was surgical at picking apart the female fuckery. Like, she did a good job of proving my point. that y'all make a lot of the same points, say a lot of the same things, respond to a lot of the same stuff. Y'all identify the same problem and have the same exact response as people who got the label red pill, but y'all criticize red pill. But anyway, let's go. This chick who's in denial about her being a prostitute, which this is like pretty damn funny.
As far as my lifestyle goes, I tell my men everything up front. Like, this is what I do. I'm a dom, I'm a dancer, I'm a sexologist.
Can you tell me what a sexologist is?
I was gonna ask.
I'm
that.
very interested. Yeah, it's a burning question inside of me as I was sitting here.
So basically, I will honestly say a sexologist is basically a therapist. If like to really like break it down.
This is her very wordy, shout out to Minister Jap, bitch babble way of saying prostitute. That's what that is.
Because I have to study people, I have to read body language. But honestly, being a sexologist, so to speak, it's just people just talking to people. Like I do lifestyle parties.
Sorry, so I'm a guy or a girl, and I call you when I need.
Wait, hold on. Let me back up some.
You know what I'm saying? Fully depending on a man at any time, because it hasn't been the best.
Mic, please.
My
Now, I just want to preface this because I accidentally skipped this part. I want to preface this by pointing out that this chick, again, is engaging in a normal conversation about relationships, because it started out like that and then it led to prostitution. But listen to how it started.
just because my experience with men hasn't. Just because
I took almost like a.
All right. What about you? You also you put career first.
No, I put career first.
Why a career over a man for you?
Just because
Mic, please.
Just because my experience with men hasn't been the best. And the way that I was raised, you don't depend on a man, because at any time I'm not comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, fully depending on a man. At any time he could tell you to get out of his house, he could tell you anything. So I always want to make sure that I have my own regardless. Like that's first. Secondly, he will come first, or he'll come second, just because I don't care how much money you have. Like if I truly love you and all that, I don't care how much money you have. Like that doesn't matter to me. As far as my lifestyle goes, I tell my men everything up front. Like, this is what I do. I'm a dom, I'm a dancer, I'm a sexologist.
Can you tell me what a sexologist is?
I was gonna ask.
I'm very interested. Yeah, it's a burning question inside of me as I was sitting here.
So basically, I will honestly say a sexologist is basically a therapist. If like to really like break it down, because I have to study people, I have to read body language. But honestly, being a sexologist, so to speak, it's just people just talking to people. Like I do lifestyle parties.
Shout out to whoever in the chat room. I can't even find the comment right now. Whoever said lifestyle parties is a socially acceptable, friendly way of saying orgies.
Sorry, so I'm a guy or a girl, and I call you when I need
sex.
Advice on sex? No, it could be advice.
See, like I said, Candace Owens is good. That was a cut through bullshit type of question. I'm a customer in need of blank. If somebody is in need of blank, what are they calling you for? Like, yeah, fill in that blank. You provide exactly what?
It could be a way of direction. A lot of people have sexual fantasies.
Way of direction.
They have sexual things that they want to do with their partner,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a husband, whether it's a wife, whatever. But the main thing that people are
They have sexual things. Now she's going to assert and affirm that she is no prostitute, but also they have sexual things that they may want to do with their wife, with this, but so she's trying to make it seem like she's like some sex coach.
afraid of its rejection. So I teach them how to be comfortable with.
But are you just talking to them, or is there touching involved?
No, I just talk to them.
You just talk to them. So people will call you just therapy to talk about sex.
In person is more relatable, more personal, and
Mhm.
everything like that.
Does it happen in the club?
No,
Okay.
no.
Fresh asked a dumb question, but at least I think he did. It sounded dumb, but okay, let me get off Fresh. But so she asked, was it touching? So is it just online? Oh no, it's in person too. So you're doing this in person. So you're doing it locally, which means you advertise somewhere. Don't let that slip by. That she's basically on the websites. There's no other way around that. There are websites for people who meet up to pay to get it in. That's the only place, the type of services she's describing. That's the only way, those are technically the only places you can really get traffic.
Not the club, no.
So it's just a therapist that specializes in sex.
And intimacy. I wouldn't even say sex because it's more than that. It's intimacy, it's seduction, it's bringing a spark in your marriage.
So
you know
no
what I'm
hand
saying?
jobs?
So what did you say you had a degree? Sorry.
I'm a licensed sexologist. So basically it's kind of like having
how
a
do you
real
get
estate license.
licensed?
It's basically like becoming a real estate agent.
Okay.
So
You just get a license.
course
I didn't know there
and-
was, I honestly had never heard of this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically a 2-year course. You can go to anybody if you want. You
2-year course? You get a CDL in 6 weeks. Bullshit. You mean 2 years to be a sexologist? I don't believe that.
can pay for the course
Mhm.
and you just take the course. That's it.
Wow.
It's
So I-
nothing super
Can I go to
extravagant.
DeVry?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's basically what it is. Like I just enjoy.
Of course, like who's over that? Who sanctions that? Like there's official sanctioning and governing bodies that's over who gets a license to be out on the road driving an 18-wheeler. Okay. They're the same type of governing bodies that control who can go and be a CNA and change bedpans and wipe old people asses and stuff. You know, that's all CNAs do. I mean, they qualified to take your blood pressure and then holler for the nurse if it's too high. That's about most the CNA can do. But it's still a governing body over there. Who's the governing body who says, yes, you have met all standards and requirements in courses to where now you are a qualified, certified sexologist, and we determined that based off this piece of paper that we printed off our old printer and put a stamp on it, and we're handing it to you. And you know, we just typed this shit up in our, you know, in our living room, and we mail you this piece of paper saying that you're certified at doing what you was already doing. That's how that got to work.
Having people feel comfortable with their sexuality, feeling comfortable with whatever turns them on. It's not just about sex. It's about how you feel, you know.
Did you grow up with your dad?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
So
But-
that maybe some of that I don't need a man transferred a little bit from your mom's
No,
situation.
I don't think that. I actually do not think that.
Well, you said you were raised
I was raised by my mother.
by my
She
mother,
did
and she said
extremely-
don't rely on a man. But I'm just saying that sometimes
didn't
moms
say
can
it, but-
transfer their trauma
True, very true.
onto
I
their
agree.
children.
I do agree. However, I feel like I'm very different because I feel like it's a flaw of mine. I can be very callous, you know. So for me, I don't look at daddy issues. I don't look at shit like that. Like
Mhm.
just because I was attracted to the erotic world, that has nothing to do with my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying the erotic world. I just was curious
yeah.
about your perspective on men, like full stop.
On men, honestly, I give everybody a chance until they prove me wrong.
Mhm.
So whether it's men, whether it's female, but strictly men, I will say I have not had the best experience with men. You know,
Mhm.
I've only had one situation where I could say the man was incredible, and I ended it. But
Why'd you end it?
just because we had other issues. He had a lot of mommy issues, a lot of codependency issues that I just was not prepared to handle, you know. And I felt like if I wasn't in love with him anymore, I'm wasting your time. Where you can meet somebody else that can give you that time, and I just wasn't ready.
Mommy,
It's an intimacy and codependency issues. It had nothing to do with the fact that you sell pussy. Wow, these relationships don't last. The amount of stuff, the words that come out of their mouth.
issues?
Do I have mommy issues?
No, you have daddy issues.
I don't have daddy issues.
I know, man.
I don't.
So I guess when you say codependency, etc., like does that mean like he want to see you all the time? He want to hang out with you too much?
No, basically the
Oh.
things that he was not getting from his mother, he was looking for me to do.
Such as?
But with men have to realize I'm not your mother. Like,
What did he want you to do?
can
What were
I
the duties he wanted to do that you had an issue with?
basically fix his trauma that his mother created, and I just was not. I wasn't ready for that.
Explain that. What does that mean?
Okay, so I'm a nurturing woman. I am.
Uh.
However, he wanted mothering nurture. Like his mother. Okay, they're from New York, so New York is very hard, very aggressive. They're not very.
Yeah, I
nurturing
gotta-
at all.
Yeah.
Gotta skate past
So
some of
his
this.
mother never told him that he loved her, like nothing like that. But when it came to like certain views, he kind of expected me to do what his mother would do, and I'm not your mom. Even as
Because it's hard for me to even have a real conversation about relationships once they basically just tip their can that they sell the box.
a fiance.
But she about to get back into talking about that and backpedaling on how she not doing it. But she about to walk. She about to walk into a few traps.
But like
She about to walk into them.
specifically, what his mother done? Like, give me one example of a
that's what I'm
task.
trying to get to.
Like, was he like reading a story before bedtime? Tell me Santa's real. Yeah.
He basically,
Or was it like he wanted me to cook? No, I'm saying like we definitely an example.
Okay, so basically his childhood trauma, he wasn't told that he loved, like he wasn't told by his mom that she loved him and shit like that. I mean, stuff like that. I'm sorry. It's kind of like.
So I love you saying I love you.
Yeah, not. I don't know.
I tell my husband I love him the whole.
I don't know if you remember that saying that.
Yes, I can be callous in certain ways, but if I love you, I'm not callous.
More affection that you didn't give
I gave him a lot. Okay, I'm your wife, right? I love you as my husband. I love you, right?
Well, not me, but yeah.
But you know
And that was Fresh's funniest comment. Don't use me as an example. You're talking about so I'm your wife, right? No, the fuck you ain't. Let me skip ahead. My bad. I didn't have the timestamps on this one.
He was actually the first guy that I never had suspicions of him cheating. Till this day, back he loves me. You know what I'm saying?
Here he is, squat salesman talking about people cheating on them.
But the emotional baggage that he was putting on me, I was like not ready for it. I really was not ready for it. And I was being honest. Like, I love you, but I'm not ready for you.
So you said that you were putting your career first also because you had bad experiences with men, right? Do you think those bad experiences are directly attributed to your line of profession?
Yes.
Ding 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 ding.
I do.
Oh,
absolutely.
I mean, quit dragging this man about his mommy issues. If you notice this, the issues that you're really having with dudes is that you suck on other dudes for a living.
Accountability.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that like maybe you've just experienced bad men from your workplace?
No, because I wasn't always doing what I was doing.
Okay.
I do think in some ways I may be too independent, honestly, because not on purpose. I don't want to emasculate my man ever, and I never will.
Okay.
But the way that I was raised, I kind of tell the man like, I don't need you, but I'm not saying in a sense of like.
Unless a man is truly on some pimp stuff, I mean, unless he rocking a pimp hat with a feather in it, it is no way that you're going out doing sexual acts with other men to make the money. And if you're doing it and doing it well, you're probably making more money than him in this modern time, OnlyFans and all of this. You know, chicks gonna get the bag. You're making more money than him, and unless he got on a pimp hat with a feather in it, it's no way that he could not be emasculated being with a chick that you know she getting got by other dudes for money, and that's the money that's taking care of you. It's no other way around that.
You're not shit, basically.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I have my own if you decide to leave tomorrow.
Which is, I actually wanted to cut to her because you kind of gave a little face when she said, like, she puts her man first.
Yes,
So,
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree that you made a face?
No, I don't agree with putting a
Oh, you
man
don't agree with
first, no.
putting a man first. Okay,
Mhm.
so can you elaborate?
Yes, I don't agree with putting a man first because when he leave you, then what? What you gonna
Exactly.
have? What you gonna have? If you put your all into a man will leave you with shit in bricks. Can I say shit? I'm sorry.
No, you good.
A man will leave you with nothing but shit in a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have your own everything. So why would I put a man first?
Sorry, when you say
Sorry,
I'm so not cool. When you say shit, when you say shit and a bag,
Yeah.
could you just slow that down for me? I promise you, I am so not hip.
It's shit in a bag, or are you talking about a bag with some shit in it? Does Candace Owens want her to be really specific? What are we talking about? You got an empty bag that you could put something in, and then some shit over here, or is the shit already in the bag? That's what Candace needs to know here.
When I mean shit in the bag, I mean like your stuff in the bag and you on your way. And he already got the next girl in the house. Like, I don't play those type of games.
Okay, so you guys are specifically talking about, so you're assuming people just don't get married because obviously the court systems favor women. Actually, women will get everything if a guy gets up and leaves.
Okay,
so I heard somebody else say like, oh, like the house and blah blah, and then you'll have nothing. I'm like, actually,
But
in
not
the
even
current
to that
environment of what happens to men in courtrooms, you'd have pretty much everything.
But the man gotta want to marry you. These men ain't
So
getting married
that's it.
these
You're
days.
talking
They're not
about.
marrying
So you're
people.
basically saying like you could potentially be with a person that doesn't want to marry you,
Yes.
but you should just never be with a person that doesn't want to marry you. Was what I would say. Like if you're talking to a guy and he never wants to marry you, then that's a really.
That's why I ended my last relationship. I
Yeah.
felt like we were together for too long, and I asked him like,
money is not a focal point for me.
Okay.
I'd rather be taken care of emotionally, and feel safe. That's my biggest thing. I want to feel safe. If I make you feel safe, make me feel safe.
Okay.
Because money can be made, spent every day, whatever.
Do you think your job at all might be impacting how they value you?
Yes and no. I say yes because the second you hear, oh, I'm a sexologist, I'm a dancer, I'm a whatever, I decide to tell you I'm on lifestyles. What do you think? You think escort, or you think she's just another stripper girl type situation? Ho, yeah. I mean,
Chris.
it's honest. It's honest. It's honest.
This nigga. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
That's automatically what you think, you know, especially when you see certain girls that are in the lifestyle, being dancers, being escorts, being whatever. That's how they present, and they don't care. But me, I have morals. I have values. My career does not define me. I'm a completely different woman from what I am, from what I work. Me making money has nothing to do with the woman that I am.
Don't you?
This is where it gets good. Me making money has nothing to do with the woman that I am. I go, yes, I go and make that money, and I do all of this stuff as a sexologist that don't involve sex, but that's what I do over there. And she about to walk right into some nonsense.
Think that what you're willing to do for work does define your value, though. Like you should say, like, these are not my values. I just do this for work. Like, you know, I prostitute, but these are not my values. I just do this for work.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving an example here, right? Like,
okay.
I'm not sure that we can.
Again, Candace is like surgical with this stuff. She threw out in the conversation casually, like she called her a prostitute without directly asking her if she was a prostitute to see if the chick corrected her or not. Then when the chick corrected her, she pumped the brakes and said, "I'm not talking about you," but she was like, that was slick. That was slick.
Separate that, right?
I can.
Like,
I can.
Well, you can, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that I think for men, and I don't want to speak for men, but
No.
like
Oh, no,
you're
don't worry.
telling them what you're telling them what your values are.
Yes.
When you say I do this and I do that and I do this, right? Like if I'm like, they don't think that you're just performing per se.
I make them because I make them comfortable. Like, I will tell you everything up front. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm literally gonna show you everything up front. If you have any insecurities about what I do, if you have any questions, I'm like, look, babe, this is literally what I do. That's it. That's it. That's all.
So that would, just so we can run your argument to a totally separate career path. Like, if that would be like me saying I sell crack to children, right? But I tell you that I sell crack to children, so my
True.
values are in
I see
check
what you're
because
saying.
I told you that I sell crack to
No,
children.
okay. So, let me also add, if I do get into a relationship, me telling you up front what I do, if you're not comfortable with that, I will not do it.
No, fine. I'm not saying that, like,
value you
yeah.
enough where I'm like, okay, he's worth it. But I also know what type of man that I can give up my part of my income for.
But I'm
She basically saying that she will give up the income that she makes from a plurality of men if she can get with one man who could supplement or replace that income that she makes from thousands of men. That's essentially what that is. Other than that, everything else in there was cap, and she ain't giving that up.
I'm just saying, how can you separate your values from what you do? Like, even that example I just gave you.
It's easy. I can't really explain it. It's just easy. I just don't get lost in that world of being a dancer, being trapped in the erotic world. I don't get lost in it. Like, I'm very like
Trapped in the erotic world. Everything is a buzzword to deflect from the fact that she's selling the box for money.
headstrong. So it's like, it's literally business. It's kind of like an actor. I can go on Seinfeld and be
Porn stars be saying that they're acting, you know. No, in a movie, the actresses in R-rated movies are acting like they're having sex, but no, we can literally see you. We can see you taking one up the butt. Like, no, you don't get to call it acting. You don't get to call it the porn star. Don't get to call it acting.
friends or whatever and be an actor, but it's completely different at home. You know, so it's acting for me, to be honest with you.
Okay,
But and that's it. Like, yeah. And then at home, I cook, I clean, I will do all the things of wifely duties, or you know.
Just wash your hands and brush your teeth before you go to touching stuff. Don't come home from work and go in my goddamn kitchen without washing your hands. Hell wrong with you?
And I'm happy. They're happy.
So you're basically just, in your mind, you're like, I'm just two different people.
I am. I definitely am. Sabella and Etienne are two completely different people.
Keep it a bean.
What?
In the club.
Huh? In the club? I'm Sabella in the club.
Right.
At home,
And
I'm
what are
Etienne.
Sabella's values?
Does Sabella smash in the club?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Never did.
not.
Not but
never.
one time.
Shut up.
Back room? Nothing?
Never. No. Never. Ever.
All right, Sabella.
Never.
We're going to find out whole facts.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Make a phone call
Go
in the
ahead.
office?
Go ahead.
She one of them? All right,
Go ahead.
nigga. Come y'all.
You want me to call? Oh, y'all took my phone. I would call the office, but no, I've never done anything like that. Ever.
Okay. No, and that's cool. I mean, you already said that you're putting your career first, which is fine. I'm just wondering, like, if you're okay with the quality of man that's going to be left for you at the end of the road when you're done with your career and you're done prioritizing that.
I have dealt with both shitty men and quality men. So it's like I've experienced both, and because of who I am, they understand that okay, this is her career, this is what she chooses to do to make money. But she's a completely different person with me. It's not airs, it's not fronts, it's not I'm trying to get your money. It's not none
Can you
of
remind me
that.
how old you are? 27, did you say?
I'm 29.
29.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you, how old were you?
Shut up.
26.
26. And you said man first?
Yeah, if I have a man, yes.
Yeah, you can find when you put marriage
Well,
first.
that's fine, but I mean, I guess. But yeah, I would. Like, I would put that first. Yeah.
What would be a better word than fine?
I don't know. I just makes me seem like I'm out here in the streets.
I was. I was like, she wouldn't like wanting to find a man, like wanting to find a relationship.
In Dallas.
Okay.
Or actually,
Okay.
so
Or did you just want fast money? Because
you're, like, and I just
Slightly disappointed in myself. I can't find the exact part that I came here to find. I didn't write down the
Watch my
timestamp.
mom
As
do-
usual, I keep making a mistake and forgetting to do that.
do all the regular jobs and yeah.
not going to be able to bring in the money that you could. So, and
Could I add something to that?
Sure.
I feel like
Oh, I done fucked around and went
very
back
like
to the beginning.
religious and very I mean she's doing what I
All right. The part that I'm looking for, I don't know if they cut it out or if that part is on
Being in a
Rumble.
relationship. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You want a man that you can boss around?
Huh?
You want a man that you can boss around?
All right, here we go. I think we
And
got
then
it.
that guy has to submit to the woman, and that's a very unattractive. And when you boss, B, acquiesce and get with a lower status male that's below them, kind of like in your situation. Money then when you boss them around. I promise you it's gonna come. It always happens when girls make more money than their man and puts them in a leadership role, puts them in a dominant role, and then that guy has to submit to the woman, and that's a very unattractive feature to be in a relationship. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You want a man that you can boss around?
Huh?
You want a man that you can boss around?
Absolutely not. I don't.
So what do you disagree with
I don't
then?
believe in bossing a man around at all.
So then what do you
If
disagree
he's
with?
She said she a dom at the beginning.
man that I can naturally submit to as my leader, as my protector, as my provider, regardless of what I do, like I'm gonna do that, whether or not I make more money than you. I've been in that situation where I make way more money than my man, but
How'd that turn
I'm
out?
not.
Where's he now? Gone.
But
That nigga gone, bro.
All I can say is
not
I'm
because
happy.
not because of financial reasons.
No, I mean, it's new. You guys in the honeymoon phase, but when I've seen this with, and I don't mean to pick on you, but like every single girl come on the show where she's in a situation where she makes way more than her man or whatever it may be, it never ends well.
I think it's about how you carry yourself, or how you represent
Bro, it
yourself.
don't matter, bro.
I don't believe in letting your career define who you
yeah,
are.
you might not believe in it, but
I mean, that makes
belief is not going to change
difference,
biology.
but- True, yes,
Like,
I
I don't believe that,
Yeah.
men can't also be women. It's like you can say that all you want,
Yeah,
but you're a
I
man,
agree.
dude. You're a woman,
Very
and
true.
it's the same
Yes.
thing. And men tick in a certain way, and so it changes.
Gonna happen. I don't think there's anyone.
Don't think you make more than.
I'm not gonna do. I do. Yes.
Like, and
So-
so, and to be
All
dominant
right,
in
it's
a relationship.
apparently
if
looking
you don't
like
allow him to be dominant.
I absolutely will. I
Mhm.
allow him. If I feel you naturally, if I'm feeling you naturally, I will say sometimes it's hard for me to be attracted to a male. But if it's natural and I'm feeling like right now, I'm dealing with someone that I'm naturally attracted to.
Right.
And he knows everything that I do. We talk about it, everything. I'm naturally attracted to him sexually, emotionally, everything.
How long you guys been seeing each other?
I would say like a month now.
What
But
does
it's
it mean
very
to be a
hard for
dom?
me to.
I hate
Can you
myself for
elaborate on
asking
that
this
question?
Yeah,
Just
well,
to
I'm not like
show-
literally when you say I'm a dom, because you said you were a stripper.
Yes,
So what does it
okay,
mean to be a
as well.
dom stripper, or is it not?
So
Is it not
it's two
together? What does it mean to be a dom? I hate
Can
myself
you
for
elaborate on
asking
that
this
question?
Yeah,
Just
well,
'cause
I'm
it's
at
so
like
open.
literally when you say I'm a dom, because you said you were a stripper.
Yes.
So
I'm
what
gonna
does it
answer
mean
as
to be
well.
a dom stripper, or is it not? Is
So
it not
it's two
together?
different things. It's two
Oh,
different
okay.
things.
So what's a dom?
It can be together.
What's a
but
dom?
it's- Okay, a dom.
She had to answer like 3 times. What's a dom? What's a dom? What's a dom? Make her answer the question.
Basically, I'm fulfilling your fantasy. So if you want me,
All right, here we go. This is actually the part. It may get cut off though, because it looked like they must have cut it off and put the rest of it on Rumble, and that's why I couldn't find the part. The timestamps was all thrown off. But we're gonna get most of what I was looking for.
to, it's not just the typical. I don't know if can I say.
Oh,
boss?
okay.
It's not
These
the
are two different
typical
jobs.
BDSM.
You know what?
Yes. Can I? So it can be together.
What's dom stripper, or is it not?
So
is it not
it's two
together?
different things. It's two
Oh,
different
okay. So
things.
what's a dom?
It can be together.
What's a
but
dom?
it's- Okay, a dom. Basically, I'm fulfilling your fantasy. So if you want me to, it's not just the typical. I don't know if can I say.
Oh,
boss?
Okay.
It's not the
These are two different
typical
jobs.
BDSM.
You know what?
Yes.
Go all the way in. Explain it all the
No,
way.
you don't have to. Sorry,
That's what
I
I'm
thought
saying.
it was related to your role as a
No, it's fine.
stripper.
No,
You're saying
no, it can
that
be
you
it's two
people
different
can book
things.
you for some other stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and
Mhm.
where do you sell that service?
So it's kind of like, okay, so I'm on
like
I'm on sugar.
OnlyFans?
No,
Sugar
I've
daddies.
done OnlyFans before everybody knew about it. I don't like OnlyFans. I'm not an OnlyFans girl.
Mhm.
Basically, there's different websites that you have. We actually create real contracts. Like it's an actual contract you need to sign. You
Mhm.
need to pay tribute, everything. If you have a wife, or like I need to know pretty much all about your life.
Mhm.
There's
What
different
website is
levels.
that?
There's a lot of them. There's
But which one are you on?
sugardaddy.com. I don't do seeking arrangements anymore just because it's a
But
lot
for
of
the dom
weirdos.
thing, that's what sugar daddy
There's
says.
kinks.com,
That's where I met my husband.
kinks.com.
Now, here it is. Now, she's saying that what she does is that she fulfills the fantasies. She's on sugardaddy.com and seekingarrangements.com. If you ever went to those sites for investigation purposes, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's absolutely positively no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Those situations, it's set up there. It's set up there on all of that to where it's basically they're selling the box on there. They are de facto OnlyFans pages. They just operate differently. It's some chicks that can get on there and try to do something different, but for the most part, if you're doing services where you meet up with somebody and they pay you money and you're doing it from those public platforms, it's no other way around it that you are selling the box. Now, hopefully it don't get cut off where she explains the stuff that she actually do. If that part get cut off, I'm just going to explain what it is that she do. And somebody on another show, I think it was Donovan Sharp show, they actually found, they found her page on there.
On Seeking Arrangements.
I don't like
Wow. Out of nowhere,
Tell
she
us
just
more.
comes in with a
or luxury. It's a popular one. Seeking
Yeah,
arrangements is
never
very
heard of
popular. Sugardaddies.com or luxury. There's an app called Luxury.
So would you consider your other self a prostitute?
No.
Is it
Because I don't have sex. I don't have sex for money. Do I exchange?
What does a dom
sexual
do?
fantasy? Is
there fantasy not to have
basically-
sex?
I just provide a sexual fantasy. What dudes is fantasizing to not have sex but pay money?
I am kind of interested in the details. What does a dom
Okay,
do?
so some want to have sex. I don't have sex.
So what do they want you to do?
It can just be me taking, like, it can be as simple as me walking around on a leash. Like I have one now where he literally wants me to walk him around on a leash.
Oh
I've
my
done it.
gosh, I'm sorry.
Some want to have sex, but I don't have sex. But some want to have sex. All of that literally means is that the price is right. You're having sex. Sexual negotiations on the table. And I'm going to break down what's really going on in sex.
Now I am kind of interested in the details. What does a dom
Okay,
do?
so some want to have sex. I don't have sex.
So what do they want you to do?
It can just be me taking, like, it can be as simple as me walking around on a leash. Like I have one now where he literally wants me to walk him around on a leash.
Oh
I've
my
done it.
gosh, I'm sorry, I'm so nosy. So he pays how much to have you walk him on a leash?
$1,000. Oh, girl,
For how long do you have to walk this person? You have to walk him for an hour?
In public. We
You
can't do it
have
in
to
public
walk
that
him
long.
for an hour?
Yeah.
You take him outside?
Yeah.
All right, they about to hit it over the Rumble. Now, that's essentially what you're saying. I'm mad, I'm disappointed. I apologize. I didn't have all the timestamps. Well, probably the timestamp probably changed when they cut some of it or went to Rumble, or probably originally watched it on Rumble and forgot. But here's the deal. She was breaking down and explaining the odds and ends and details of how, she may get with a guy, they meet on those sites, she walks him around on a leash or something like that, whatever his little fantasy is. They be having all kind of weird fantasy. They want a woman to smear some honey on their chest with her butt or something like that. They be having all kinds of weird fantasies. All right. When you're in the box selling business, you're going to meet those dudes. Them chicks is in the box selling business. They're going to meet them dudes that want weird stuff. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're going to meet dudes that want some of the most weirdest stuff. The only way that is possible, Machine 2 says, do you take them outside? She had actually asked her about that. I'm mad that I had the timestamps wrong. But they actually asked her about that, and she said, yes, we do. I do walk them outside. And you got to be careful with that because the police can pull up on you. They see you walking somebody like that, and there are, it's public decency things like it's laws against certain stuff that you can't do, especially if he in some leather chaps or something. It's like, so it's certain you're technically breaking the law, and you don't want the cops pulling up on you because it's clearly a prostitution type of situation. But the way that worked, and I've seen some chicks in interviews like this. I've actually talked to somebody in real life. The way that it worked to where a chick could actually have clientele and customers, where she's in the provide the sexual fantasy business, but she's not having sex with any of the guys. The only way that a chick can actually get to that point is that if she sell enough box over time to where, let's just say, if every 10 guys you sell the box to that you meet on those websites, 1 out of every 10 want something weird. You get the guy that wants you to smear peanut butter on his chest and let the dog lick it off. You meet that guy. They meet that guy. All right. If they maintain a good relationship with him, and she actually talked about that. I'm mad I don't got it. She talked about how she maintains a good relationship with these guys and they become reoccurring repeat customers. But the way that it lays out for these chicks that be in the industry, they have to go through so many dudes to get to that point to where they've built up their clientele and got relationships with them over time to where they got enough weird customers to where they could basically retire, essentially. They could retire from taking dicks because they've built up enough clientele of customers that want weird stuff. That's actually a thing. It's almost like the place where like the old hoes go to retire because they've cultivated relationships over a decade. But in order to get to that point, the amount of dicks you have to suck in order to get to that point to where you can retire and live off weird clientele, it takes like for everybody else, it takes 30 years to freaking retire. You gotta suck like 30 years worth of dicks to be able to even get to that point to where you got all weirdo clientele, men who got sexual fantasies that don't involve sex. It takes a lot. So, but they will, when they get to that point, and I'm not even assuming that she's fully at that point, but when they get to that point where they graduate to where all they got is weird clients that they smearing honey and peanut butter on their butthole for, it's like when they get to that point, they have been in the game and did so much dirt and put in so much work, but they will still try to sit there on a podcast and say, "Oh, I know I don't have sex. I'm not a prostitute." Now on Donovan Sharp's show, they pulled up her actual stuff, and it was actual profile and everything, and it was basically showing and laying out what she do. And it wasn't nothing about all that provide a service, provide this, provide that. No, everything about that caption basically said that it's pay to play. But she's up there trying to spin it like all the sex doctor, sexologist, sexual blah 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 talk is all a bunch of nonsense. KP from KC5 in the building says Hofinity and beyond. How many? Oh man. How many fallacies? Yeah.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
They got to go through a lot of them. Like it's hard work. Like if she had like a specialty website that she operated solely from a specialty website, she could probably spin that way. But no, she's on there in the heat of the fire. And the one that they actually found her stuff on, it was one that's more, graunchy than the ones that she even tried to say, the seeking arrangements, which is clearly what we know what that is, and then the sugar baby one. So it's like, no matter how they slice it, in this modern day and age, prostitution has become the new normal. They talk around it. They talk about it. All of these chicks, they get on these couches. They talk about how they want a man to lead and they want this and they want that. And they engage in the normal discussion about the social dynamics between men and women But ultimately, what they they do want, they either want one guy who's going to come and basically buy them, and then they want, or they want to continue getting bought from the plurality of men, but then still have one guy that they can go home and cuddle with who accepts it, but they also still they still try to talk like they're somehow fully respecting this man who they know you out sucking dick and coming home and kissing them in the mouth. They know that. But you talking like you gonna actually respect the dude. Like, that's legit how they try to frame it. Somebody said alpha simp. Nah, I don't know. I wouldn't even graduate him to alpha simp. Somebody said, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with what? Being that dude? Being that dude that that kiss that get kissed in the mouth when she come home from work, and she somehow still respect him, even though unless he got a law degree, he probably ain't making more money than her. Unless he got an engineering degree, he probably ain't making more money than her. But if he was somebody who did have that, he wouldn't be with her. The stuff is wild. The stuff is wild. However, and again, apologies because I botched it on the clip, but hopefully I explained what more or less happened quite well. She came as close to admitting that she sold a box without fully admitting that she sold a box, but left every context clue imaginable to show that she do it. But then they pretend and fake the funk as if that's just not normal standard modus operandis around this joint. But however,
welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Those are the words of Machismo TV. Make sure you go and subscribe. Thank you. Shout out to Salty Balls. Shout out to Hoop Jargon, Celine, True Hype, and whoever else. I think that I don't know. Hold on, let me double check. See if we got Cashapp. Shout out to everybody who supported the stream. Sorry if I missed somebody or forgot somebody, but shout out to everybody who supports the stream. I think Stack or Starve came through on the Cashapp and do appreciate you. Hitting the last $2. Now it was $5. He got 5 on it. All right. But shout out to everybody in the building. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.